two quick updates to the staff report. As you'll remember, last year, I think the board authorized us to begin procuring equipment to be leased to Big Eddy Brewery in Narrowsburg. So we are wrapping up the biggest portion of the equipment, that's brew house and several tanks. So we're still working on that. But it's moving along nicely, and I expect that equipment will be delivered in the next month or so. Yeah. And just for your information, Julio Bethany and I completed a naloxone training a couple weeks ago through the county Department of Community Service. They came out and gave us little packs so that we can help people should we ever encounter somebody who is in the midst of an overdose. So that was handy, and the county has a really nice program for educating and training folks to deal with overdoses. Just for your information. That's it. Does anyone have any questions on the staff report? No.
All right, moving along. New business. We have several resolutions. The first one is appointing Gibber Estates and MVP Wholesalers Corp. as agent for the agency for the purpose of acquiring, constructing, installing, equipping the project.
You have in your packet the application. Jen held the public hearing. She sent around the minutes of the public hearing, and we have the letter from the county manager concurring with the provisions of 862 of the GML. So, unless there's some questions, I guess.
Is there anything unusual?
No. It's been electrical supply business mainly.
Right, in South Baltimore, yeah, it's about a 15,000 square foot building, with some, so it's a retail space for electrical and HVAC supplies. And then there's some ancillary office and warehouse space. It's pretty straightforward.
I'll make a motion.
Did I get a second? Carol? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on, resolution number 2. Authorizing the engagement of special transaction counsel for the McKinney-Fallsburg LLP project. Sorry, that's the rolling bus. Rolling B.
That's just to restart it up.
No, I have to recuse myself because I've represented Rolling B in the transaction that this relates to. And we would normally engage Will Frank, but he likewise has a conflict. My recommendation is you use the same law firm that handled the McKinney-Fallsburg LLC project to begin with, and that was Steve Agliante.
Yep.
It's just a consent that's required at this point.
Yeah.
So it is taking over the stuff. What he had in place.
What will happen is once you have engaged special counsel, then Dini Feeney, which is owned by Phil Malone and his sister Linda, will come to the agency and ask the agency to consent to the change of control for their project.
I'll make a motion.
Can I get a second? Carol? All those in favor?
Aye.
Third resolution. Authorizing an amendment of the Empire Resort LLC pilot program. There's a monster.
There's 2 of these, and if you would like, I think it would be appropriate to take them together.
Okay,
One is for the golf project, and one is for what we used to call the Entertainment Village project, which became the Boulder Hotel project. It's unclear to me on exactly what the requirements were for the Alder Hotel being open or closed. But I don't know that that's terribly relevant, because having a hotel at a casino when the casino was required to close, sort of, how are they going to operate? And it is part of their state casino quote program, so they may have been subject to the casino closure rule anyway. I couldn't get it clarified, Jen, could you?
It's my understanding that the Alder was initially ordered to close before the designation of essential infrastructure, which would include hotels, standalone hotels, was put into place. So, it's still a little unclear to me too, based on looking at the legislation and the.
But from a practical standpoint, it's pretty clear to me that you wouldn't operate a hotel at a casino with no casino, so.
Agreed.
The golf course was delayed for a lot of reasons, not the least of which was COVID.
Right.
And when amending these pilots, assuming that, well, I don't want to assume anything, but if these resolutions are adopted, there is one other thing that we do need to include in these amendments. These all now would expire at staggered times. But the full-time equivalent employee goals are aggregated for all three projects. So the first to expire will be the casino project, Jen?
The casino and the EV, we extended the casino out last month. So, so I think the casino goes to 2036 now. The EV hotel currently goes to only 2034. The golf we extended last year, and that goes out to 2040.
So
So we need
the point is that the golf project will be under a pilot longer than the other two. So when we amend the pilots for the two that are going to expire, we're gonna have to say, even though your benefit went away, you need to agree to continue to provide employment information, because the golf project doesn't have independent employment goals. These three together had a aggregate employment goal of 1,050 full-time equivalent employees.
So it doesn't matter where they put them.
Doesn't matter where they work or where they put them, because they move them around all the time anyway. So
And that's the essence of the resolution?
the essence of the resolution is to extend the pilot period 2 years on each. And as part of that extension, we're also extending the pilot period on the casino and the pilot period on the Cartwright. Put the Cartwright aside, that's a standalone FTE goals. But the casino, the golf, and the Alder Hotel have an aggregate 1,050 FTE employment goal. And they don't all expire at the same time, so they're gonna have to continue to report employees from the casino after the casino pilot ends, or they will get a penalty on golf.
Yeah.
How many years is the golf?
It will go out to 2042 when extended, correct?
A 2-year extension would put it to 2042, yeah.
And the casino is 2 years before that?
3 or 6 years before
Oh,
that.
boy.
How can they forecast that far out if they're gonna need that pilot to be extended?
Well, I'm gonna be here to check.
Yeah.
Well, they can't
It's we're talking about
forecast that out,
20
but I mean, when we do a 20-year program on anything,
Right.
nobody knows
I'll
what's
be
gonna happen in 20 years. But if it doesn't, then they just become taxpayers.
I mean, none of us, I don't think are gonna be here at that.
Well, I'm
time.
sure you'll still be here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, you're young folks.
You and Kathleen.
Right.
I will not be here. I mean,
Chair.
I'm hoping I'll be around, but probably,
I won't be here. I don't think I'll be here.
yeah, exactly.
I'm close to checking out now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who wants to make a motion?
so who's gonna make this motion?
I'll make a motion.
And it's on both?
Yeah.
Okay,
She'll be around.
because you'll be around, right? As will Kathleen.
I'll second it, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Jen
And
makes it.
we're the second over there.
We got Kathleen.
Julio.
Yeah.
Okay, all those in favor? So, now we have an executive session.
No, don't we have, what's the, ski thing?
You wanna do public comment first?
Well,
Don't we have one for the more, this Bridgeville Ski Company or no? You don't have that?
No, that's a statute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but the roll resolution. Okay, I take it back.
Do you need a motion for the executive session?
Yeah, we do.
So this is to discuss the financial history of a particular corporation.